I'm Faye What, and let's queer up justice. Former Ulta manager alleges she was fired after reporting anti-trans bias. Deja Majors, a Black transgender woman and a former sales manager at the beauty company's Canoga Park, California store, claimed she was subjected to a hostile work environment, retaliation, and wrongful termination based on her race and gender identity. According to the lawsuit, Majors worked without incident after joining the company in 2023. She alleges the situation changed following the hiring of a new general manager. Beginning in February, Majors received written warnings over performance issues tied to event planning and credit card sign-up goals. After submitting an action plan, she says she received no response. In March, Majors was issued a final warning. The following day, she filed a written discrimination complaint. The lawsuit alleges a district manager dismissed her concerns during a video call. Majors was then terminated in early May when she returned from a previously approved vacation. The complaint also alleges similarly situated cisgendered employees were not subjected to the same level of scrutiny or discipline. The complaint states, quote, "The pattern and timing of these actions support that plaintiff's race was a substantial motivating factor in the adverse employment actions taken against her," end quote. Ulta and the manager did not respond to reporters' requests for comment. The lawsuit seeks back pay, attorney fees, and restitution for alleged unfair business practices. Well, this was a hard one to swallow. I get my makeup done at Ulta all the time, and if these allegations are true, that's not beauty, that's ugly, Companies love waving rainbow flags in June, but the real test is how they treat our people, how they treat LGBTQ plus employees, So, do we know that this is correct, that she was wrongly terminated? We don't have a lot of the information per se, but no one should be treated unfairly or different because of who they are authentically. One of my makeup artists at the Ulta locally in South Florida is trans. I know lots of trans women who work at Ulta and other makeup brands and have wonderful careers and are super happy. So maybe, we don't want to tell people that Ulta as a whole is treating transgender folks wrong, but at this particular store, she feels this way and her feelings are valid.
And this isn't some random in the middle of nowhere interior California.
Rural.
This is LA.
Yeah. Basically.
This is LA County.
Yeah.
And so these cases are incredibly difficult to prove, but I'm going to just act on the assumption that at least some of this is true, whether you can prove it or not. But good for her for standing up for herself, because too many times people let it slide.
Stay quiet.
And it lends credibility to the claim because most people don't want to bring that kind of attention to themselves.
Yeah.
So,
you're right.
So fight your fight, live your truth.
I definitely think that, this was targeted. It feels that way. You have a new general manager coming in at the beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden there's problems with
you're written up all of a sudden,
and it's within the span of a few months. So and nobody else is getting that scrutiny. So yeah, I feel like that was targeted, and whatever, hopefully there'll be a better outcome for this person.
And when the better outcome is, I hope that we report it, because unfortunately these things go reported and then they go away.
Yeah.
Right. And then, or they take the lawsuit back because they're targeted. You know what I mean? So like you said, kudos for you being a proud warrior and going after, what you feel is right. So there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.